About Sayan, you are working, you mentioned. So how did you manage your time?
It's not so being scared about giving cats. So if you want to just qualify yourself a little bit more, like it's at the end of the day, it comes to what you want.
So did you have like a fixed schedule? Ki every weekdays and weekend, how many hours am I studying?
So my plan was basically that.
Hi everyone, welcome on board. This is Anisha here in conversation with Sayan, who's a CAT 97.7 percentiler. Today to talk about your CAT prep strategy. So welcome on board, Sayan.
Yeah, thanks, ma'am. Hello to all. Yeah.
Lovely. So why don't you sign first, help all of us who are listening, the students who are thinking about CAT, whether they should give it or not. What's your profile? Like what's your background? Engineering, work ex, that would be a little interesting thing for everybody to know.
Yep, sure. So I can start with my profile. So I am from West Bengal and I am a general engineer male. So the gem category which people like are really scared of when applying for CAT. So yeah, and then when it comes to my profile, my college, it's I have studied from KET University in Bhubaneswar, and then I have joined a US-based pharma consulting firm. It's Begu Consulting. I am currently in Pune, and I have probably I am just about to complete my 2 years of experience here. So I joined June 12th of 2023. So yeah, that's a short profile of me. But then yeah, it's not so being scared about giving cats. So if you want to just qualify yourself a little bit more, like it's at the end of the day, it comes to what you want. It's not like someone just you see videos and all, and you are like, each and everyone is giving. So let me also give this exam.
Yeah.
So if you want that, you can probably appear for that. Yes.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Lovely. And how about Sayan? You are working. You mentioned. So how did you manage your time? What was your plan of action with respect to CAT? Because it becomes a little difficult with office and padhai. So how did you balance this out?
For like office going people, weekends are the time when they chill and rest, and they probably go like with their friends and all. But yeah, you have to like not all of the weekend, but you probably have to like then give up like 30% of your weekends for somewhat preparation. But yeah, that works at the for the end result.
Lovely. I was just asking that only. Like, so did you have like a fixed schedule? Ki every weekdays and weekend, how many hours am I studying for CAT exam?
So I did not have any fixed schedule. Probably like for contest, I started CAT preparation like mid August or late August. So I had to pick up a lot for in just 2.5 months only. So, but yeah, it was not never being like a fixed schedule. Like I have to give in this amount of hours. It was like if one of the weekends I'm completely free at home, you probably spend some more time on the uh, course. But then there are weekends when you have to go out, and those are days where probably the hours go less. But yeah, it's never fixed. This thing.
Okay, that's interesting. Great. Now, Sayan, like we have three sections. There's verbal, DILR, quants. Which was your best foot forward or your favorite section?
Yeah, so I have been involved in like multiple Olympiads and all during my time at school. So maths and DILR were the sections I knew were pretty strong for me. And yeah, it was all about taking up verbal, but then the excitement and interest I had for DILR and quants, it always kept me attracting towards it. So even if I decided someday like it's the VRC day and I am not going to try DILR and quants, but at some point of time I will come across and just switch the topics rather than just focusing on VRC. So yeah, that was my own like a problem, but yeah, that's something that did not affect mostly.
Okay, lovely, great. So if you were to, sign like make a roadmap, if I have to start preparation for maths, what should I start with? Which are the most important topics? What do you suggest?
Yeah. So for specifically quants, I would say start with the like real basics. Like you have the CATKing dashboards, and also we have the videos on YouTube where Sumit and all have a detailed like they give you a course plan like you start with this and then probably move towards this kind of sections. So yeah, those are something that you can follow. But then if you really want to follow a specific strategy or anything, you probably start with the basic maths and the level one or the LOD1 questions that you say, and then probably take the next step forward before like jumping into the harder questions.
Okay, okay, that's interesting. And when it comes to DILR, what is the approach for DILR?
DILR, it's mostly like just be prepared with at least 50 to 100 questions in each of the sets, and it can be anything at the end of the day when you appear for CAT. So you might have prepared for 7 out of the 8 different kind of sets, and the 8 set had come. So you cannot be sure about that. But one thing you can probably practice is practice like different types of questions and the sets you are preparing for. So yeah, I will suggest like just have an idea of all different type of sets rather than just focusing on topics.
That's interesting. And how was your approach towards mocks? Like, how many mocks did you take, and how do you analyze the mocks?
Yeah. So at the start of I started taking mocks like start of September or something. So yeah, so starting 4 or 5 mocks, they were more about how many questions I was getting right, like the accuracy of the questions that I was attempting and that were correct. But then slowly I started shifting it towards when, like once I saw that the accuracy was decent, like pretty good for what I was expecting, I started focusing towards like the speed in which I was going for the questions. So like earlier, if I would probably attempt 30 questions in the 2 hours and the mocks, I started shifting it to 35, then 40 like that. So yeah, that focus changed. But then in terms of analysis, like you pretty much have the dashboard, the mock analytical dashboard that you get after appearing for each of the mock tests. So yeah, you can go through those and probably come across your mistakes or the questions that you don't know, and even your silly mistakes like plus minus or misinterpreting the questions. So yeah, those you can come across quite.
If the students were there to decide, like starting their CAT preparation right now, when do you think you should take your first mock test?
That's probably since I started like late August, so I started in September. But yeah, you can probably start once you fill out your CAT form. You can start your mock tests. Like you have pretty much 2.5, 3 months, like from the time you fill up your CAT form. So yeah, I think 2 to 3 months that will probably be fine for attempting for mock because you probably go through one mocks or at least 2 mocks a week or in each every 3 days. So that's something you can probably plan to go with.
Okay, lovely. That's pretty interesting. So, thank you so much, Sayan, for coming on board for this session today. Any last minute advice, suggestions you would want to give students for their entire journey, what they should do and not do?
Yeah, sure. So like just go for it. If you really want to you have a set life goal, or if you have your eyes set on the goal, just go for it. Do not think that you cannot manage your hours, or you have this thing which you want to prioritize and you cannot prioritize hours, because if you are aiming for something, you will probably find the time to aim like reach that. So yeah, I will probably say just go for it.
All right, lovely. That's really amazing. So thank you so much, Sayan, for joining in, and thanks everyone for listening us. If you have any doubts, questions with respect to CAT or any sections, drop in the comment section, and we'll take that up for you.